everybody. It is your favorite hero, Chris Nest here, and I'm being joined today by Mr. Sandist here.
Hello.
Yep, Barlow's finally found some free time to actually partake in a reaction of mine. About time.
Yeah.
So, Barlow's into versus debating, much like myself, and it took a little bit of wrestling and debating to get him to finally concede to jumping into these reactions with me. So, because I'd like to hear his input, because he tends to notice things that I don't.
He begged me to join, by the way, but yeah.
As in, there's going to be one video where he describes why Natsu should have lost to Ace.
That'll happen in the future. I'm not 100% on my facts yet. I still need to look at the early episodes of One Piece.
Yeah, but it's still it's still a debate though. It's not like it's like saying, "Oh, that's bullshit. I just like Ace more, so Ace obviously wins." Blah 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 blah. Like the other
It's just
idiots.
a logical fallacy.
Yeah, like
That's
those.
a bias.
Yeah, like the idiots online who believe there's tears to everything.
Oh god, don't even get me started. Scaling is an illegitimate practice when done in a certain way, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep. So, what we're
Anyways.
going to be reacting to today, Barlow, sadly, you're not into fighting games as much, but I know you at least know these two characters vaguely, being Sub-Zero
Very vaguely.
versus Glacius from Killer Instinct.
All I know is that they're ice people.
Alright, so, are you ready? Do you have the video up, right? You ready?
Yep.
Alright. Oh, and guys, I'm on my new PC, so you'll see that I'm going to try to run a video in 720, just for you all, so the video should actually look much better. I have my desktop up and running now, so expect some other videos in the future. Of course, the link to the original video is going to be in the description, so go click that first to go actually watch the original video, and then come back here and watch it with me and Barlow.
Alrighty, you ready for this, mate?
Yep, sure am. Let's get this done.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1, and start.
Hey Mark. Hey Mr. J.
I love that
You know,
puppet.
this merch marketing, like these 3 awesome Death Battle t-shirts, can get kind of stressful.
Well
so
then.
we added some new office amenities that I think will help take the edge off. Like the
Um,
office jacuzzi.
Shit, no thanks. You ever smelled a wet sock before?
Alright, maybe a relaxing massage then.
I got a fair hand.
Alright, how about a nice hot sauna?
It's a fucking toast oven, Chad.
That's a fucking toaster oven, Chad.
You wear this,
Clever.
you're gonna find yourself in a sex battle. I don't know what that is, but I know you'll love it. Okay? Now click the link below.
Okay.
Buy this shirt.
What?
They're gonna eat me.
Yeah, I'd rather see them eat him.
No! Make him live!
The freezing chill of death is a horrifying thought,
Hey,
whether it
Terminator.
comes from being alone in the mountains, submerged in the Antarctic,
Or if you're really unlucky, getting iced by one of these cool warriors.
Really?
Wow, sorry, that was bad, even for me.
Sub-Zero, the Cryomancer ninja
That
of
Jason
Mortal
movie was
Kombat.
so bad.
And Glacius, the icy
Yeah,
alien with a
that-
killer instinct. He's whizzing
That death was
on
totally
boomstick.
worth it, though.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. For untold generations, the Lin Kuei assassins waged war with their rival splinter group, the Shirai Ryu. Desperate to claim victory in the bloody conflict, the Lin Kuei resorted to drastic means of recruitment for able-bodied soldiers, no matter what age they were.
So, kidnapping children?
Kidnapping children.
Well, at least they got to be ninjas. I bet their tiny little
Yeah.
bodies would be even stealthier.
Turns out 2 of these kids just so happen to be descendants from a race of extra-dimensional beings experienced in the art of ice magic. Their names were Bihan and Kuai Liang.
With the Lin Kuei's training, these brothers became
Names I'm
cold-blooded
gonna
assassins
forget
and the
in like 5
finest
minutes.
warriors in the clan.
Yeah,
And
same.
whether it started as a joke or he just thought it was badass, Bihan adopted a brand new name, Sub-Zero.
Sounds like an online username from your teenage years that you regret forever when you're older.
Hey, someone took my
Sub-Zero was so
username.
fierce and vicious, he became directly responsible for the complete annihilation of the rival Shirai Ryu clan.
Unfortunately for him, one of them, called Scorpion, survived. Well, kind of. And decided to kill him right back. Which obviously pissed off Kuai Liang, who decided to do the same to Scorpion, and God, it's like high school drama, but with murder.
Striving to honor
Oh,
his
Robot
fallen
Chicken.
brother, Kuai Liang assumed his brother's mantle as the champion of the Lin Kuei. Sub-Zero was reborn.
Sub-Zero.
This new Sub-Zero is a master of Shotokan
They just had to have
karate
that
and
badass
Dragon
voice
Kung Fu,
actor say something,
and
didn't
enhances
they?
his martial arts with his deadly cryomantic abilities.
Subby can freeze the moisture in the air to do tons of stuff. He can make his own personal slip and slide, perfect for surprise attacks. He can form all sorts of weapons out of thin air, like daggers,
That's gonna come in
swords, or
handy.
even ice hammers. But best of all, the dude can make ice so cold it instantly freezes anybody who touches it.
This can be achieved through Sub-Zero's Ice Blast projectile, or the Ice Clone technique, both of which completely immobilize his opponent for devastating follow-up attacks.
And apparently defy
Did
gravity.
he just make a perfect
Oh, yeah.
sculpture of himself? Why doesn't he go into the ice sculpting business? Dude would make a killing. Well, just, you know, not the literal kind. He's got that down already.
Sub-Zero can also
That's a
implement his
fucked up looking
cryomancy
snowman.
and ninja talents in what appears to be near-instant teleportation, an unexpected ability which baffles even his fellow assassins.
Yeah, but I bet that's still not as unexpected as turning into a friggin' polar bear. Like,
What?
how, though? I want to do that.
And best of all, after subduing his enemy, Sub-Zero has no qualms about tearing them to bloody shreds with one of his fatalities.
Taking after his dear old bro's favorite form of murder, Sub-Zero can rip a person's head off with their entire spinal column in tow. This one's for you.
I'd love you
sweetheart.
to do the math
If
on
he's
that one,
feeling
Barlow.
Particularly nasty, Sub-Zero will toy with his opponent.
No thanks.
He'll encase their
Yeah,
lower
no
half in
thanks.
ice and force them to watch helplessly
Or this.
as he tears them in half. Or for a quick death, he'll put them in a deep freeze that shatters like glass.
At most, it takes
That's just
Sub-Zero
adding
approximately
insult to
4
it.
seconds to
Janky
freeze a
dash
person in place, which in real-world physics is completely
No.
impossible. To induce full-body frostbite in that time, he would have to lower the surrounding temperature to negative 6.5 million degrees Fahrenheit.
That's
Whoa.
a stupid amount of cold.
Okay.
13,000 times colder than absolute zero, to be exact, making it a
Damn.
temperature which literally cannot exist.
And yet still not as cold as my ex-wife's heart. Ha! Anyway, Sub-Zero has proven
Okay.
his reputation as one of the most fearsome fighters in the Mortal Kombat universe.
Oh.
He's strong enough to break titanium
I'm so
statues
badass,
with a
I-
single
No,
kick,
they're not
quick enough
bringing
to
that
dodge
stupid
an
shit
oncoming
back.
rocket,
Come on.
and he defeated some of the best warriors
Isn't that supposed to
across
be a
multiple
mini-game that's
dimensions.
completely
Like
not
the lizard
canon?
dude,
Yeah, it's a
Reptile,
minigame, it's not
Raven,
canon,
the
it's
half
why I
god who
hate...
single-handedly
Watch them
defeated
use it as some
all
kind of
the
excuse for
Lin
why
Kuei
Sub-Zero is
He's
stronger than
beaten his rival
Glacius.
for life Scorpion several times.
I hate that it's
Even
not
took
canon.
on Batman?
Through sheer willpower, he survived injuries no normal person could walk away from, like getting torched in the face by a flamethrower, or being double impaled through the torso, and then torched again.
Whoa, that's a lot of blood. Like,
Ouch.
how does he have any left?
I know, right? But that pales in comparison to when he underwent the procedures which turned him into a cyborg, and then was blown apart and reassembled into human form while still conscious.
Damn, what a tough son of a bitch.
But don't
What?
underestimate him. Although Sub-Zero keeps company with powerful spirits, undead wraiths, and immortal gods, he's not one of them. He may have incredible powers, but he's still just a mortal man. Also, his emotional baggage and desire to live up to his brother's name has clouded his judgment more than once.
But that didn't stop him from becoming Grand Master of the Lin Kuei. He changed their goals, turning them to the side of good.
I know there's gonna be someone who
Even formed
comments
alliance
because
with
I'm
his old
raging
rival
over the
Scorpion
stupid
over
Tester's
Night
Might
Blood. Life
minigame.
couldn't get any better.
Did they
And they
really
found dragons.
just say that one of his weaknesses is that he's human?
dog.
What, Barlow?
Lin Kuei scum.
They just said that
Death is
one of
more
Sub-Zero's
honor than you deserve.
weaknesses is that he is human.
Yeah,
Beyond
they
our
said
solar
that.
system, advanced civilizations are governed by
why?
the 88 degrees.
Well, honestly, when it
Should
comes to
anyone
some
dare
characters,
violate these
it's
laws,
kind of,
they will
especially
find
with something like
themselves
Mortal Kombat,
targeted
it's
by
kind
the
of important to
Galactic
point that out.
AKA Space Cops.
Yeah, true.
One of these
Okay,
alien
I'll get
officers
from
was
that
sent
one
to
then.
Earth to investigate.
I mean,
his
technically,
brother's
Saitama
tragedy.
is,
But
like,
he was shot down
human,
by the world-dominating corporation
but
called Ultratech.
he can't die like one.
Evil woman.
So,
Ultratech had reverse engineered
For him,
equipment
it's not
from
really a
the crash
weakness.
some decades prior. The Roswell incident.
Actually, it is,
However,
but let's
the
talk
use of
about that at a
advanced
different time.
technology by less developed species
Yeah.
is a clear violation of the 88 decrees.
Kinda like if you saw a chimpanzee
Pyro!
with a flamethrower. It'd be awesome.
Pyro versus Jingle
You
Dial
won't take it
confirmed.
away real quick.
Determined to correct these
One
wrongs
can
and
hope.
return home, the alien marshal set his sights on bringing.
I actually hope
Ultratech
they
to
make
their
that. That'd be a
knees to
nice fight.
recovering his lost technology.
Mhm.
And if he couldn't, he'd just blow it all up.
It was Ultratech who codenamed him Glacius. Don't let his name fool you. Glacius wasn't always known for his fancy ice powers. Actually, he comes from
Has
a race
multiple
of aliens
hearts.
with weird telekinetic abilities.
Okay.
By manipulating simple molecular structures, Glacius can use the environment nearby to create armor around his inner body. This came in handy when his ship was shot down in Antarctica, and he lost his native shell.
So he had no choice but to make a new shell out of ice, which permanently turned him into an abominable snow monster.
With this new body, Glacius developed a fighting style to make the most of his new capabilities.
Glacius prefers to fight at a distance, using his long-range ice-bending attacks. He can turn his limbs into huge ice lances to keep enemies at bay, create spiky hail projectiles, and even summon spires of ice right under his opponent. And did he just punch that guy with an ice sculpture of himself?
More or less, that is the Shatter Technique, a powerful burst of energy which summons a mysterious uppercutting ice sculpture.
Perfect
Okay.
for opening up some sweet combos on his foes. Still, for all his keep-away game, you'd think he'd be a total chump up close. But remember how he can move ice with his mind? Well, he can melt it too, including himself.
By turning his body into liquid, he can evade oncoming attacks, surprise opponents from below with the aptly named Puddle Punch, and even completely dissolve people into nothing. And as an added precaution,
Okay,
he can summon
that's
extra
brutal.
ice to his body to serve as thicker armor. Though his molecular
So wait,
telekinesis
if he can
is
melt
limited to
himself,
maintain
doesn't
his
that mean
armor for long
Sub-Zero
periods
can't
of
freeze him?
time.
He may be made of ice, but Glacius can still hit
He's
hard
already
enough
made
to
of
launch
ice.
opponents several
Well, yeah, but I
stories
mean, like,
into the air.
it's kind of obvious Sub-Zero's, like, way colder than Glacius is, but since Glacius can melt,
He's cunning enough to
he
not
can
only
basically
infiltrate
avoid it all,
Ultratech's
technically.
highly guarded facilities, but also surprise attack its
true.
highly advanced robotic CEO, Arya. Before making his
Wait.
move, by Arya's own calculations, Glacius was able to drop the temperature of the entire room by 122 degrees Fahrenheit in 0.026 seconds. That's a quarter of a tenth of a second.
Just like Sub-Zero, he can lower a person's temperature by like thousands of degrees to freeze
Okay,
his
then.
opponents completely solid. And then he
Well
makes them
done.
explode with his mind.
Maybe Glacius' real name is Kelvin, because that's colder than absolute zero.
I feel like that was some sort
Really?
of nerd joke.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, you're not allowed to make a joke ever again.
Oh, why do you gotta be so cold? Anyway, in Glacius' mission
Yeah,
to bring
I
down
feel like that was a
Ultratech,
nerd
he battled
joke.
and defeated
It
dozens
was.
of killer robots.
You're
a
never allowed to make a
zombie
joke
pirate,
again.
a genetically engineered dinosaur fighter, and a werewolf.
He even killed Cinder, the guy who's made of friggin' fire. You know, opposite ice.
Glacius is ridiculously intimidating, but he does have a weakness. His natural body within the ice is fragile and defenseless. His entire fighting style is built around keeping foes away for this very reason.
So, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Glacius?
That's gross.
What, he looks like a giant popsicle with legs. Come on.
You know what, Boomstick? You're fucking weird.
Alright, and pause? Or
Alright, the combat.
Okay, I hope we pause at the same time. I paused at 11:11.
11:11.
All right. So, okay, so there's some interesting points here. I'm not letting the test your might thing go because that's bullshit. That's just straight up not canon and shouldn't even be brought up into a debate. So, and I know there's gonna be some dumbass who comments in the below, and one of you's probably just gonna do it to be a smartass. That it's fair because it was in a Mortal Kombat game.
Oh no, just because something is actually, that's a very touchy subject. Just because something has happened in the video game means that the character is capable of it. But if it didn't happen in the canon timeline, and there is no proof that they can actually perform a feat that is equivalent to that feat of titanium smashing, then technically it shouldn't even be a feat of theirs.
Yeah, like, I agree Sonya should have beaten Cammy, but I hated the fact that they used the Test Your Might feat from an older game as evidence for why she was physically stronger than Cammy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you don't, what?
So, I'm just gonna throw my money out there for Glacius because, in all honesty, while Sub-Zero is perfectly capable of creating ice and imbuing like multiple functions to it, Glacius has the ability to manipulate ice,
Oh,
not
that's a
only
good
generate
point.
it.
So wait, does that mean that Glacius could manipulate Sub-Zero's ice against him or not?
Bingo.
I could see that being a really big problem when your best weapon is ice and the dude you're fighting controls ice.
Mm-hmm.
That would be quite of a problem. There's a difference between using it and then someone else manipulating how it works.
Bingo. Because you can, or say for example, I have a hammer. Sure, I can use that hammer for its intended purpose, but or actually, that's a terrible example. Never mind. But say that the Sub-Zero creates an ice sword. Glacius can literally just float it over to him, turn it into like a friggin' ice shuriken, and then throw it back at Sub-Zero. And Sub-Zero can only be like, oh, well, shit.
Yeah, then you have to remember the melting thing, because that means if Sub-Zero
yeah.
freezes Glacius, there's nothing really stopping Glacius from literally, if he can't melt the ice around him, he can melt out of the ice sculpture in general and just leave.
Exactly. And, just one last thing, while Sub-Zero has his ninja skills to getting close to Glacius,
Yeah, I was concerned about that.
if we're discounting the titanium feat, then I don't see any way for him to actually break through Glacius' ice armor, especially if he enhances it.
Exactly. I think that's one of his instincts, actually, is like increasing defense. I like vaguely remember what Glacius was, so.
So yeah, that's my verdict. I'd say it's Glacius taking.
I'm gonna
on
agree
the-
with you, but I feel like they're gonna fuck up again and come up with some excuse for why Sub-Zero wins.
Yeah, I've got a feeling about
Unless
that
we've
too.
overlooked something. I mean, the only thing I can think of is Sub-Zero's definitely proven to be more durable than Glacius by all means.
Oh yes.
And then they already said that Glacius is really fragile, so it's not like it means if Glacius can't end the fight fast, in that way I could see Sub-Zero winning.
Well, yeah, and even though Sub-Zero has a number of ninjutsu with his ice that helps him getting close, if Glacius just manipulates that, Sub-Zero's at a bit more of a disadvantage in closing the range or distance.
Yeah. So it could honestly go either way, but it's probably going to be some one tiny detail we're not looking at that's going to make the winner.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm ready to see who wins.
Alrighty. Ready?
Yep, count us down.
3, 2, 1, go.
Patents are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, all this talk of these cold people makes me
Seriously?
Oh, another ad.
Makes me think of
We
food,
have to
so
watch
here
it,
we
though.
go.
No.
Now, I'm a man who
Blue
likes
Apron.
a good home-cooked meal.
You
But
got-
going out to buy or hunt my own food is a hassle. If only there was some way food could
With
be
how their
brought
YouTube channel has
to me.
3.4 million
Good news
subscribers,
is
I highly doubt their
introducing
fridge
Blue
is
Apron,
empty.
The #1 fresh food delivery
Yeah.
service in the country.
Just gonna
Using
throw
only
that out there.
consistent ingredients, Blue Apron delivers a
Also,
kit
the
of
Blue
free
Apron
cooked
bag
meals
that was just
straight to
living
your
behind the
door, along
couch.
with easy-to-follow
That was
Plus, the
creepy.
ingredients are perfectly proportioned, so it cuts down on waste, and you're using the right amount. On top of that, you can log into their website and select the upcoming meals that sound good to you. Like the crispy salmon
Jeez, they
and
really need
roasted
to put like
potato
a
salad with
face
pickled
cloth
mustard
under that
seeds and
cutting
green
board.
braised sauce.
Help it
Plus,
from
it does feel rewarding cooking
skidding
new
all
and
over the
exciting
place
meals right
easily.
in your own
We're watching
home.
Death Battle,
Just
reacting
look
to
on
it,
our
and
board.
you're more focused about a cutting board.
Because you're watching Death Battle,
Yes,
you
yes,
can
I
get
am.
3 free with free shipping by heading to blueapron.com/battle.
Seriously, you will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/battle.
But right now, it's time
The
for
way
our
they were
Death
playing.
Battle!
I know, right? We're playing for realsies.
Fake video game playing 101. Also, Samus's ship.
Yeah, about to say, do you notice that too?
Yeah.
They're using the old school sprites too. Why? They use good sprites for Scorpion. Come on. go. Like I said, the puddle thing's gonna come into play here big time. That's a dead tree. Oh boy.
Formidable warrior. But you lack conviction.
That does nothing. He can dissolve bodies, remember? What? Seriously? No, I seriously want to hear the explanation for this.
Are we still going to talk about what we were talking about?
Yeah, seeing as I forgot to turn the recording back on, we basically saw the explanation. I was right. They did use the test your might thing as a excuse for... Oh my god, I hate it.
I know. It is annoying when they use non-canon feats.
I mean, when they first started doing the series, like, they do it right. Like, they were doing it right. They weren't using these half-ass excuses to give characters their own right, and they're probably gonna, if they ever do argue over it, they'll say, well, it was in the game, so it can't. No, that's not how it works. If you're seriously using Test Your Might as a feat, then that means you're telling me I can assume every character in the Mortal Kombat X roster has that same level of strength.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if I told you that, if I actually said that, any Mortal Kombat fan will say it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do see why Sub-Zero could win, but I don't like how the excuses they use for it. I believe
Yes.
the ninja skills, yeah, I could easily see Sub-Zero closing in on Glacius, because, yeah, Glacius doesn't really have anything Sub-Zero hasn't dealt with before. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not, there are zoners in Mortal Kombat that Sub-Zero has fought in canon lore, so it's not like he can't handle that.
Right. So, one quick thing though.
Okay.
Glacius's ice manipulation,
Yeah,
or cryokinesis, if you will.
I remember you talking about that.
Yes. So earlier on in the explanation, they were talking about how Glacius manipulated it to create a shell for him, to create ice lances out of the ground, right?
Yeah.
Well, they were saying that Glacius can use his telekinesis to rearrange, what was it, simple molecular structures, it was.
Yeah.
So, just ice in general. So, that advantage is still there, but they did not mention that at all.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, that's just my little 2 cents.
yeah, let's press play
Peeviness.
though. I wonder if they're actually gonna reveal who's next or not though.
I've got a feeling they will. I mean, they did it with Natsu versus Ace, so.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Next time. Android 18 versus
Really?
Captain Marvel? That's right out of left field.
There's no reason for them to fight, and I don't see any similarity except the hair. But then again, I can't really tell you who'd win. Then again, I'm assuming Captain Marvel being who she is, would probably win.
That's right in the name. Captain Marvel wins. That's it. GG. We're done here.
So,
We don't need to watch the
That's
next one.
because everyone here watching knows I'm not that in depth when it comes to Marvel, so I probably don't know. I know more about 18 than I do Marvel.
Same.
Anyway,
So,
go ahead.
let's leave that be for now.
Anyway, if y'all don't like what we've said, go ahead and leave your hate. We probably won't listen to it very much, because unless you have a legit, unless you actually,
Not very nice.
no, I'm saying like if people just call us or like say, like, oh, but due to scaling, I swear, if we see scaling or tears anywhere in your comment, we immediately ignore you. I am sorry, we don't take that seriously because it's bullshit.
Yeah, no. That's the one thing that I will not respect anybody on.
Exactly.
Unless it's actually legitimate. Then
Yeah, if it's legitimate,
there's
then
some
yeah, but
questions,
when you scaling as a sole excuse for someone winning, then it's bullshit. But regardless, if y'all like this reaction and you want to see Barlow again, hit that like button. Make Barlow come back.
No,
Please, these
make me
reactions.
not come back.
Yes, you will, because these reactions are getting lonely.
No. Never. Never again.
Anyway, we will see you all in the next video. Barlow, say goodbye to everybody.
Later.
And stay awesome. Bye, everybody.